This is the Red Dead Redemption chronology in 3 minutes. Let's begin. Back in the very early 1900s, the Western frontier was still a thing, populated by classic cowboys and outlaws. One man named John Marston joins a gang of outlaws that wield their power and wit to gain success in the harsh world of the Wild West. Marston leaves the gang, gets married, has a son, and lives a nice, peaceful life with his family. One member of Marston's former gang, Bill Williamson, breaks off and mounts himself as the leader of his own gang and builds a holdout called Fort Mercer. Another member of his former gang, Escuela, goes to Mexico and begins to work with the Mexican government, presumably to stop an ongoing rebellion. Dutch, the former leader of the gang, tries to rebuild his own forces with Native American sympathizers. These men are still very much wanted, so the US government tracks down Marston and tells him to go hunt down the former members of his gang. If he does, he's pardoned of his crimes. Do you get the title yet? If he doesn't, they kill his family. Kind of extreme, but okay. Marston sets out to track down and kill Bill Williamson. Marston succeeds in tracking him, but he's overpowered, shot, and left to die. Luckily, a local ranger saves Marston and nurses him back to health. Marston spends his time working with various persons, including the U.S. Marshal, to build a substantial force to successfully invade and eradicate the gang in Fort Mercer. Marston's invasion is successful, and he takes the fort, but Bill Williamson has already fled to Mexico to seek the aid of Escuela. Williamson makes it to Mexico, and the Mexican government helps William stay hidden. Marston arrives in Mexico and discovers internal conflict between rebellion and the government. The Mexican army, led by a man named Allende, recruits Marston, promising to help him hunt down Williamson, but doesn't tell Marston that he's secretly working with both Williamson and Escuela, because why would he tell him that? Allende eventually betrays Marston and attempts to kill him, but fails. Marston must now help the rebellion. With Marston's assistance, the conflict turns to side with the rebellion. Unlike Allende, the rebellion helps Marston track down Escuela. Escuela attempts to escape, and Marston can either capture or kill him. Marston attempts to return to the US, but he's blocked by a giant wall. I'm just kidding. Agents of the US government state that after he hunts down and kills Williamson, he must help them kill Dutch, the former leader of Marston's gang. Marston, with the help of the rebellion, hunts down Allende and Williamson and executes them! Extreme Wild West! The Mexican rebellion continues towards the capital, while Marston goes back to the US to hunt down Dutch. Marston gathers a formidable force of US soldiers to invade the fortress, kill whatever opposition stands in their way, and track down Dutch. Before Dutch dies, he warns Marston that the US is not much better than anyone, and only wants to justify their existence. Marston returns home and dedicates his time to his family and his ranch. The US betrays the deal they made with Marston and sends soldiers after him. Marston fights to hold off the soldiers, while his wife and child escape. Marston ultimately dies in a final holdout. Marston's wife and son live peacefully for a time, but Marston's son, Jack, wants revenge on Ross, the US agent responsible for organizing his father's death. Jack trains to become a skilled gunslinger. Jack's mother dies. Ross retires. Jack hunts down Ross and finds him in Mexico. Ross and Jack duel, and Jack wins.